So today we're going to be talking about silver and gold. These are commodities, these are metals, precious metals, and currently in April 2023 and now for the last month, they have been going up like crazy. So let's talk about what exactly is causing the price of gold and silver to skyrocket like we haven't seen in years now. So there's a few different reasons that the price of gold and silver are currently jumping, and we're seeing unprecedented amounts of gold and silver bullion like what we have here in front of us being bought right now. The first reason is that the United States is in a currency war. For those of you that don't know, the currency war is currently with China and Russia. So China and Russia are currently closing a deal with Saudi Arabia to have an oil contract for decades to come, trading on something other than the US dollar. The US dollar since World War II has been the reserve currency of the entire world, but that is now changing. So initially, the US dollar was on the gold standard. In 1971, the French, specifically their president de Gaulle, kind of realized that the US was printing more actual paper dollars than what they had in reserves in gold. And so what the French decided to do was they brought over military boats and they said, here are all the dollars that we have saved up. Please give us our gold back. It took us a couple weeks, but the US went ahead and they gave them their gold back. And after that moment, the US realized that they had an issue. They needed to get off the gold standard because in order to continue printing money the way that they have been doing since then, and specifically here of late, they needed to make sure that they weren't liable to whatever they had in reserves in gold. So once we got off the gold standard, Richard Nixon sent over Henry Kissinger to the Saudis, who Kissinger was our Secretary of State at the time, and made a deal with them that we would protect them in exchange to make sure that if anybody was going to buy oil from them, it was going to have to be in US dollars. And so what that has caused since then is essentially the US has been able to control the global economy by imposing sanctions and withholding US dollars from countries that the US doesn't necessarily like. China and Russia are now starting to trade in their own currencies. And for about 7 years now, countries have been buying gold up. You can check this out yourself. Countries have been buying gold like nothing before. They have literally, the central banks of all these countries have been buying gold up, as much gold as they could possibly get their hands on. And essentially what they are doing is they are backing their own currency with gold. What that shows is essentially a bigger issue at play here. With currencies all over the world being backed by gold and gold being in demand in the rest of the world, the US currency starts to lose its global trading power. Just within the last year, the Chinese yuan has traded in hundreds of billions of transactions all over the world. The next reason why gold and silver are skyrocketing right now is because of the banking collapse that we've seen here recently. I don't think that I have to remind any of you. I'm sure we all saw it on the news, got notifications on our phone about the SVB, the Silicon Valley Bank collapse, and how literally overnight people, companies, everybody lost their money that had any kind of assets in there. The issue with this banking collapse and what it does to bring the price of gold and silver up is essentially people start to lose trust in the Federal Reserve. Why do they lose trust? Because instead of letting the bank fail and potentially causing a banking run, what the FDIC and the Federal Reserve did was they stepped in, they broke their own rules of allowing a bank to fail and not bailing out a bank, and they changed the FDIC rules to go ahead and cover 100% of the deposits that were in those banks. The next and last reason why gold and silver are continuing to skyrocket is our inflation rates. Inflation is higher than ever before. If you go to the grocery store, you go to purchase. It doesn't matter where you go. $100 of groceries gets you about 3 or 4 things, where before maybe you could feed a family of 5. Now you have a hard time buying ramen noodles. I've been in contact with a lot of private refineries and private bullion dealers, and it is unreal. A lot of them have wait times for customers of 3 weeks, a month, 2 months, 3 months on a lot of silver bullion and gold bullion. It's something that we've never seen before, truly, where all of a sudden the demand for silver and gold bullion has gone through the roof. Let's talk about the value that these coins here in front of me have. So here we have a 1 ounce gold eagle. So this gold eagle, today's gold price ended at $2004, which is pretty low for the week when it's gone almost to 2100. But it's at 2004 today. And this coin carries a premium for being a minted coin, gold eagle. If some of you guys are stackers, as we call them, or bullion traders, you know the premium that this coin carries. And so in some places, this coin is going as high as $2,300. So we're talking about almost $300 over the spot price. Now let's talk about this silver round. Say hi to Trump, everybody.
Bing, bing. I love it.
This silver round is not a US minted coin. This is actually a private coin. One of my friends owns a refinery, and thank you, Aaron, for supplying all the silver that I needed. But this coin, even silver rounds, which typically don't have a high premium, silver ended at $25.32 today, and this round is going for about $30, which is pretty high for a round. Now, if we look at some minted coins, like I have one here, this is a Buffalo. These are going for up to $40 an ounce. Now imagine that, silver's $25.32, yet this 1 ounce coin is going for $40 because of the premium. Now you may ask, what exactly is driving these premiums? And essentially, just like Rolexes and just like a lot of other commodities, it's a supply and demand issue. Now more than ever before, bullion dealers, refineries, online dealers, you can check them out yourself. You can go to wherever you'd like and ask them how they've been doing recently with silver and gold, and you'll find that a lot of places are low on stock. And again, sometimes you have to be put on a waiting list if there's a specific type of silver or gold that you'd like. All of this to keep in mind that right now is a great time to invest in gold and silver. Now again, I'm not a fearmonger. I don't believe that the sky is going to fall tomorrow. I'm very realistic about my projections and what I think is going to happen. But I do believe that seeing silver essentially double in price is not too crazy to believe, and I can definitely see gold going to $2,200-$2,300 an ounce very easy. If you guys have any questions about investing in silver, gold, feel free to privately message us. You can email us, you can comment below. If there are any coins in specific that you guys want us to do reviews on, talk about eagles versus buffaloes or whatever it may be, or if you want to find out more about stacking, let us know, comment below. Let us know what kind of content you would like to see, whether more investment advice or just general jewelry advice. Again, thank you for being a subscriber to A Jeweler's Life, the channel where we dive deep into the jewelry industry in literally every single aspect, from retail to investment to making to designing. Thank you again. Remember to share this video and like it.